Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Emerald Ball, which this year is actually in Dallas, Texas. We have just had the awards for the Dancevision circuit. Now, the Dancevision circuit actually covered 2019 and 2020, and I am very lucky to have the top bronze gentleman, and also he was third in the top silver, Mr. Les Antman.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, this all happened because of COVID. Because when everything hit and everything shut down, my partner and I waited, but then after a while it was pretty clear that it was going to take a long, long time. And I sat down with her and I said, I'm worried about the future of dance sport and I want to make sure we keep it going. So we made a commitment to do every comp we possibly could until we felt that dance sport was back on its feet.
Well, I can remember the first time I actually saw you was in Vegas in 2019, right, just before this happened, and you were dancing a lot.
I did 342 entries at Vegas. I wasn't really planning on continuing like that, but my partner and I actually have done 13 competitions since COVID hit, since the shutdowns. We went to all the events that we could, at the very start especially, did all the entries we could. Obviously, at some point, quantity overcomes quality, but we didn't want the organizers to be twisting in the wind, the ones who took the risk of opening up. And so my primary partner, Cherish McConnell, and I decided that we were going to go to every comp we possibly could. She got the okay from her husband, and we just started traveling everywhere. So as I said, this is my 13th comp since the first shutdowns. And we did 200 or more, whatever we could. I have to say, at Emerald today, it feels really good, like dance sport is back on its feet. It's something like 13,000 entries, I think, just the live part. And Beach Bash had a very good number, maybe about 8,000 or something close to that a couple of weeks ago. So I think we've gone through the darkness and we're now back into the light for dance sport. But without this, it wouldn't have happened. Without COVID, we wouldn't have made that decision. I don't know how many we did in 2 years. Probably did about 20 comps total and met a lot of wonderful people. Obviously, some of us who went to the early comps, we felt a real camaraderie with each other. We were like the pioneers who, of course, could end up with arrows in their backs, but it didn't work out that way. We had no outbreaks at any of the events. Everything went well, and we all cooperated because we knew that everyone was going to be extra concerned, have to be extra careful. We had one comp which was very hard to do, 250 heats, wearing masks while dancing on the floor, and I did it once. I could never do that again. Fortunately, it was only one event where we had to do that. Wearing them at the table is different, obviously. Yeah. And now, as I said, the darkness is over, and I think we're heading toward the light. And I'm really proud of this. I have to admit, there are many, many finer dancers than I am, and all of that quantity did come at the price of a little bit in quality, but it was for a good cause. It was for a sport I absolutely have come to adore. And this embassy happens to be exactly my 50th competition since I started.
Well, congratulations. And on behalf of the organisers, Wayne and Donna Eng, I would like to thank you for the support that you've given the dance industry and also the Dancevision circuit. So I look forward to seeing you doing like 600 without a mask, now that you've been like training at altitude with the mask on.
Well, if you don't mind my telling a story, we actually had booked 600 heats at Nashville Stars in January, but on the morning of the first day, on the 115th heat on a mambo, my partner fell on a very basic move. She's embarrassed to this. She wishes it was on something exciting, but it was like a normal 3-step turn, and she broke her arm. After 115 heats, she insisted we come back that night. We did 87 more heats before I finally looked at her and I could see how much pain she was in. And I said, Cherish, it's time to call it quits there. So we tried to do 600 in one comp, and maybe we'll try again someday.
Yeah, and I'll come and talk to you again after that. So thank you so much, congratulations, and I will see you out and about on the circuit.